What is up, ladies and gents? You know what time of day it is. It's XCN time, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about XCN. We're going to be going over the update that's coming in just 2 days now for XCN. Of course, that is the Goliath mainnet going live, so we're going to discuss that a bit in this video. We're going to also be talking about what's been happening with the price here, and we're going to be giving you guys a price prediction for where XCN is going to be going over the next few days, so be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you are a new viewer, then welcome to the channel. If you do like this sort of content, hit the like button and subscribe for more. If you are a returning viewer, as always, welcome back to the channel. It's great to see you all here. So diving straight into Onyxcoin, of course, like I said, 2 days time, watch out for this because we have a big announcement coming from Onyxcoin. That's when the Goliath mainnet goes live. And basically, if you don't know about this update, I have a summary for you guys about what we potentially know about what is going to be announced. Of course, some of this is a little bit speculative, but other things we know for sure that it's going to be released. So of course, the XCN Goliath mainnet is the official launch of the Onyxcoin blockchain. Of course, this basically completely revamps the current state of Onyxcoin. It makes the blockchain a lot faster, a lot cheaper to transact on, and it's just basically more fit for purpose about what Onyxcoin want to do. Of course, remember guys, we are in the payments category here in crypto, so these fast and cheap and secure transactions are kind of essential for a company like Onyxcoin to go fast. So this is a step in the right direction already. The things that I've highlighted in green here, I personally think are extremely bullish, of course. And of course, the first thing here is the token burning. So if you guys didn't know, with this Goliath mainnet going live, the Onyx team are going to be burning XCN that is earned via gas fees. Of course, if you don't know what gas fees are, with every transaction that happens on Onyxcoin using the Onyxcoin blockchain, there are transaction fees associated, and that's normally quite small. But over time, with lots of transactions going through, these gas fees do build up. So this is kind of a way of the Onyx team to earn money. But of course, with this, they, instead of keeping that money that they earn in XCN, they are going to be burning a portion of it. And of course, that impact means that it reduces the total supply of XCN. Reducing the supply should increase the value of XCN over time. Of course, what I also saw in the last bull market and the start of this bull market as well is that when we see these token burn announcements, that normally has a bullish effect on the price. So in theory, that's what we should also see here on Onyxcoin, particularly if there is an emphasis on this token burning when the announcement comes out on March the 3rd. The second thing is as well is this gas-free smart wallet. Of course, anything that the Onyxcoin team released to increase the user base, to increase the adoption of the blockchain is going to be bullish. So coming out with a gas-free smart wallet, which we can also see on the website here, of course, the Onyx team are designing their own wallet here. And of course, that's going to make it easier to onboard normal people to come into the Onyxcoin ecosystem. And when it's easier to onboard people, more people are going to be coming on board, potentially buying Onyxcoin, and therefore going to become long-term holders here in the ecosystem. So I personally think this is really nice and bullish. All you have to do is go look at products like Jupiter on Solana, for example. They're doing extremely well with their own wallet and their own DEX. And Onyx is taking a bit of a step in that direction as well with their own wallet here. So I think that's really nice. And the third one down here, as you can see, is new use cases or partnerships. Now, of course, generally speaking, announcements of partnerships are generally bullish for the market. Of course, if the announcement of the partnership is big, so, you know, Onyxcoin have partnered with a huge firm or they've landed a huge contract somewhere, then this is going to be bullish for the markets. As we know as well, we've already seen a partnership between Onyxcoin and HTX and Justin Sun, two very big names here in crypto, and we've not seen anything come from that just yet. Maybe the Onyxcoin team have been withholding information from this partnership until we see the Goliath mainnet. We don't know, but at the same time, it would not surprise me that the Onyxcoin team has a trick up their sleeve, a potential partnership to go along with this Goliath mainnet. Of course, they know what they are doing, in my opinion. The team helped Onyxcoin become one of the best performing assets in January, doing a 20x in the space of 2 weeks. So we have to place some trust in the team here. I do think this announcement could be a very big announcement, and it could start a new bullish trend here on the price. Of course, if you have just come into this bull market right now, you're new to crypto and you've been looking at Onyxcoin and you've been wondering, why have we been in this downtrend? We've got this announcement just around this corner, but the price on Onyxcoin is dumping anyway. What is actually going on? Well, unfortunately, you've just come at a fairly bad point in crypto in general. Of course, as you can see, the markets have been down now for weeks. Of course, February has just been quite a bad month in general for crypto. As you can see, if we go on the coin market cap here, the fear and greed index, which is what we use to measure sentiment in the whole of crypto, is borderline extreme fear. It's at 20 at the moment, just touching the boundary between extreme fear. It's the lowest we've ever seen this fear and greed index since its establishment in mid 2023. So even in the bear market of 2023, the fear was not this bad. So, you know, this is quite an unusual time that we're in. Of course, when the fear is this bad, we generally see bullish news a little bit subdued. There's more focus on negative news, and news that would normally be bullish when there's more greeds in the market is generally kind of pushed a little bit aside here. So unfortunately, that's why we've seen the markets generally falling here in crypto. Of course, there's a lot of other aspects as well. There's a lot of uncertainty about the economic implications of the Trump tariffs that have come into place. That definitely has an effect on all risk assets, including crypto. There's some other reasons as to why crypto is dumping, but you know, we are at a record low here on the fear and greed index. But of course, when we see record lows on charts like this also creates generational buy opportunities. Of course, if we look at this fear and greed index and look at all the lows here on the fear and greed index and correlate them to the Onyx coin price, if we just zoom out and take this low in 2023, as you guys can see, the low there was on the 12th of September 2023 when the fear was at 32. That was the low for this area, as you can see on this chart. If we correlate that to the Onyx coin chart, have a look at where we would have been on September the 12th, 2023. This was the point on the Onyx coin chart. And as you guys can see, that is almost the pico bottom of the chart here before Onyx coin started to pump towards the end of 2023. This was the low in sentiment, and coincidentally, it was also the low in the price. Of course, we can do the same for this low here that we saw in 2024. That now was the 7th of September 2024. The fear and greed index went down to 26 there. Of course, that was the low in the fear and the greed index. And as you can see here, September the 7th was around here on the chart. So though it wasn't the pico bottom here, it was not far off. So again, this would have been a really good place to be buying Onyxcoin. And if you have a look at the price now, of course, we've only been dipping here for the past month. And the sentiment, in my opinion, is at another major dip here. I do not think it's going to fall much below 20. Of course, if we start to rise on the fear and greed index, and that was the low for 2025, then can you imagine what's going to happen here on the price as well? I honestly think we are very close to a bottom right now. Of course, the first bullish catalyst that we have here for XCN is obviously that Goliath mainnet that's coming out in 2 days. What could happen along with that news is quite a lot of volatility coming into the Onyx coin chart. Of course, what we are all hoping for is that this news is going to be bullish. That could definitely kickstart a new bullish trend here on Onyxcoin. It definitely has the power to do that. You know, with this news update, there's going to be a lot more interest, a lot more people searching up Onyxcoin on Google, on Twitter, on YouTube. And of course, there's going to be more interest back into the price. And that could mean that we could start to see renewed interest. And if the news is bullish enough here on the charts, what I'm really looking for is to see what happens to the candles as it approaches this resistance. Right now, we are just under 1.4 cents here on the Onyxcoin chart. We need to pump roughly 21% to take out this long-term resistance that's been keeping us in the downtrend here on Onyxcoin. That's particularly what I'm looking for. Of course, as you guys can see on the chart, we generally see these pumps happen extremely quickly as well. Just look at this pump that happens here. Of course, it went up extremely quickly. In the space of a few hours, we saw the prices multiply 20, 30, 40%. So this is what I'm expecting if we see particularly good news. Remember, the pumps generally happen quicker than the dumps as well. So even though this downtrend has been slow, Onyxcoin definitely has the capability to have a huge pump that could take us above this resistance. And of course, if we are able to bust past this resistance resistance. We have a lot of momentum, a lot of trading volume coming back into the Onyx coin chart because of such a bullish announcement. We could see a potential price pattern triggered here. Now, of course, we can treat this in several different ways. The first chart pattern that I'm kind of looking at looks a little bit like this. Let me just delete some of these lines so you guys can see that a little bit clearer. First and foremost, I'm looking at a potential chart pattern that looks like this. And of course, the price target from this chart pattern would be the first test of support to the first test of resistance, which sits up here. If we drag this measuring tool to wherever we see a breakout on the chart, let's say that happens exactly on the Goliath mainnet release, then we could be looking at price target there of 4.2 cents. That's 171% trade to the upside. So definitely a price target to watch out for there. Of course, if we are able to break past that resistance, I'm also looking at a price target stemming from this long-term support and resistance that we have here. This sits at around the 1.4 cents region. It was an important resistance back in this region over here, and it's now been tested as an important support. As long as prices stay above this level at roughly the 1.4 cents region, if we don't see a massive dip below, this could also be in play, and this would give us a larger price target here of this distance, 260% to the upside. This can be seen as looking at price target 1, which sits at 171% there, and this would be the next price target if we can continue going up from this level here. So just some things to keep your eyes out for. Of course, there are quite a few things in my opinion that are supporting an upside here on Onyx coin. Aside from the fact that we've got that massive Goliath mainnet release in 2 days, we've also seen an important bottom in my opinion on the total crypto market cap. Now, this is a chart that I monitor because it tells me the general state of crypto. And of course, the crypto total market cap chart is looking extremely bullish in my opinion. Of course, if we have a look at it on a multi-year time frame, you guys can see this pattern here with this massive cup-like formation and this handle formation going across. This is a cup and handle pattern, a bullish chart pattern. Once we broke to the upside, it triggered off this pattern, and the price target stemming from this pattern that we see on the crypto total market cap takes the market cap here on the total chart all the way to roughly $10 trillion. So in this bull market in 2025, we could expect to see this price target hit here as a result of the cup and handle pattern. Now, of course, what we've seen very recently, aside from that pump that we saw that took us above this resistance here, was a general retracement of the price of the market cap, should I say, back down to this resistance of the cup and handle pattern. And as you can see, if I zoom in really closely to that and just adjust, that market cap literally retested that resistance now as a support and basically bounced off from that area. It was almost a perfect retest of that resistance, and now we are starting to head back up once again. So that could have marked So the past few days in crypto could have marked a very important generational bottom here. Of course, what we'd expect to see if the bounce continues is that the market cap starts to increase and altcoins like Onyxcoin start to increase from where their price currently is at the moment. On top of that as well, we've also got quite a nice chart on the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance is another gauge for an altcoin season. You may have heard of an altcoin season before. Basically, an altcoin season occurs when this chart is declining or low. Of course, when this chart is bullish, it means that Bitcoin is getting stronger compared to altcoins. That means Bitcoin is outperforming in terms of performance compared to altcoin performance. Of course, when we start to see this chart go bearish, then we can expect altcoins to outperform Bitcoin. And right now, this chart has broken down from this bullish support that we've had. You can see this line going up. The Bitcoin dominance has respected this bullish support since 2022 there, and at the end of 2024 we saw a clear breakdown below this bullish support. We saw multiple times where Bitcoin dominance has tried to reclaim this bullish support but has got rejected on multiple occasions, and I expect the Bitcoin dominance to follow this green path that you can see here on the chart. Of course, when the dominance starts to decline, that's when we get that altcoin season. Like back in 2021, for example, we really started to see an altcoin season as the Bitcoin dominance did this massive drop here and got down to a level closer to 40%. So of course, in 2025, we would expect the same, a massive drop down to this area, kind of a consolidation in this region, and that would give us a massive altcoin season where coins like Onyxcoin can really flourish. So that's another bullish chart that I am looking at, of course. Of course, at the end of the day, XCN definitely has a shot of being very, very bullish here. We have these structures that could potentially show us a major upside if we break past that resistance. We've got a strong support here at the moment at roughly the 1.4 cents level. Just so you guys can be prepared, some of the levels that I'm potentially looking at if we lose this level. So if we continue to drop down below the 1.4 cent level here on Onyxcoin, next level down that I would expect as a support would be 1.1 cents. If we lose that, then the next support down is roughly 0.75 cents. Now, this is a major support. Of course, hopefully prices remain bullish, but just be prepared for these bearish scenarios here on Onyxcoin. Of course, at the end of the day, the markets are still heading downwards a bit. So that could also reflect on the price of Onyxcoin. But fingers crossed that we start to see a reversal sometime soon. I am seeing signs that there are some hidden divergences. For example, if we have a look at the MACD on the 1 hour chart, you guys can see a clear divergence between the price and the MACD. This is one of the first bullish signs that I've seen in a while from the MACD here on Onyxcoin. Of course, what you guys are looking at is if we draw the same support on the price, it's heading in a downwards direction, so it is bearish. But if you have a look at the MACD, the line is actually pointing upwards. So it's a bullish support on the MACD, it's a bearish support on the price. What this tells us is that even though the price is declining, the momentum, the downwards momentum here on the short term on Onyxcoin is wearing thin. It means that selling pressure is not as strong despite the prices further declining. And what this tells us is that at some point in the future, this could hint at a trend reversal. Now, of course, it's not an immediate buy signal here on Onyxcoin, but it's just hinting at telling us that, you know, sellers are wearing thin a little bit here on the shorter term, and maybe we are due a shorter term reversal, of course. But as I said earlier in this video, we've had this downtrend here, this trend line pointing in this downwards direction. So if we start a short-term trend reversal a little bit bullish like this, for example, Onyxcoin has a real chance of breaking past this resistance. And if that happens, I do expect the prices to flip bullish here. And of course, needless to say, that would be absolutely amazing. So that's potentially what I'm looking at here. Of course, we've got the news coming out in 2 days. I will make a video about that tomorrow as well. I do think that's going to bring a lot of volatility into the markets. There's going to be more attention on Onyxcoin, so do be prepared for that. Could be very, very exciting. Been a bit of a mouthful, so I am going to wrap up the video at this point. Of course, let me know down in the comments if you are still holding Onyxcoin. What do you think the outcome of this news will be on March the 3rd? Do you think it's going to be bullish or bearish for the price? Do let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.